Welcome back to more God of War Ascension! Gotta say it with the tough and gruff voice. Today we are going to continue our journey of Mr. Smiley in his early years. And me slashing at stuff just in case there happens to be a breakable pot nearby. I mean, after all, I don't want to leave any pot unbroken. Or unsmoked. Oh yeah. Actually, I don't really like the effect pot has on me, which is why I have not touched the stuff in over 10 years. Hey, we get another upgrade. And even then I only did it a few times. Just wasn't for me. But I don't judge people who like it, because that would be wrong of me. Yeah, you definitely want to go there first. Treasures and goodies are always nice. Stating the obvious. That's already what we've been reducing. This video has just started. Hey, it's a sober edition. There is no alcohol influencing my commentary on this video. Right, so we need to use this mechanic again. Alright, no, that's a saving icon. Never mind. Well, we'll be using it again soon enough. So peaceful. Because why the heck not? But it's so peaceful. It's an unusually green area for this game. It's a color that we don't really see a whole lot of. I am sensing a trap meant to impede our journey. And this is where we get introduced to that mechanic where we can use this to slow enemies down. I get better at it. You don't have to use it here though. It's just kind of a thing if you want to use it. The game's telling you how to do that since that is an option. Bitch, take a seat. Oh, it must be a shield dude, I'm guessing. The shield guys are assholes because you gotta grapple them and mash circle until you pull off their shield first before you can do anything. And if you have other enemies attacking you, that's pretty annoying. One thing that Time Stopper thing could be good for is slowing down some of the other enemies so that you can grapple the shield guy without them bothering you as much. However, it is still only at level 1. Unfortunately, there's only one upgrade for it. So I would not mind upgrading this a lot more than we get to. We won't use it in this video, but we will get the upgrade this video. Otherwise, just keep on walking along. And I believe now we are going to use... Yep, here we go. Now, what I don't see are the little left and right arrows at the bottom of the screen that tell you how to decay or repair something. As I'm playing this right now, I'm still turning the right analog stick because I noticed that seemed to do things. Fortunately, this stuff has come out better than I thought it did. I thought it was pretty much a nightmare, or was going to be, for me to edit. It really wasn't that bad. I do figure it out also within this video, so we shouldn't have any more issues with that after the next one, I believe. Yeah, it should be the next one. One thing I've noticed about this game and 3 is they seem to do a lot of, I guess, same color schemes. Like, we were in a very green area. Or they'll have an area where it's a lava area, so there's lots of red. I don't know, they don't really... Modern games don't seem to like to mix up the color palette that one time. They seem to like to go with one color at a time. I don't really like that. I'm bitching already. Damn it! Can't be having that. The only bitch in this LP is Jill. I mean... I should really shut up about that. Well, technically she's not in the LP, so we're good. I could splice in quotes from the game. Then she'd be in the LP. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I think it was. Yep, another one of these. I had a little trouble with this one where I actually got the thing up where it needed to be and then it went back down. I'm like, what the fuck? Doesn't make any sense. Except I was doing it wrong. At least we got the sounds of Kratos breaking things. That does help. And the lack of a soundtrack's not a deal breaker as far as how I would rate this game if I were to review it. But it does hurt my overall feel of some of this stuff. Like, I like some silent areas, but I don't know. I like some cool game music too. I'm hoping there is a section for the music that I want to add in. There's a musical piece I want to add in. I'm really hoping there's a section that will work. Yeah, there's a big thing in here, and then a bunch of the dogs. Try kicking the dogs at it to do a little bit of damage. If you can do that, then that'll help. Plus, you're killing the pups so that they're not fucking with you while you're trying to fight the big thing. See, I offer some helpful tips. Sometimes. I know, that's not the kind of kibble you were looking for, is it? All we got. I actually like dogs, but I don't like the ones that try to kill me. Those can fuck off and die. So briefly last video, we got a little bit of story progression. We met the Oracle at the very end of the video. It's been a long time since we had any sort of story progression. After that crazy boss fight with that dude, I don't even know his name. And his, I guess, Siamese twin? I don't know what the hell you would call that. It is interesting, those few moments where Kratos actually shows sympathy for someone. And I wanted to talk more about it, and the video just sort of cut off at the end there. Where Kratos showed sympathy for that girl, that Oracle. I forget her name already. I guess it seems more poignant. Yep, here's more chests that we can revive. We're gonna see a few of those this video. I don't know if we see too many of them after this video or not. I don't remember. But that will at least be a mechanic in this one. It's pretty cool. I'd still kind of rather just have the red chest, but whatever. Interesting mechanic, anyways. I think it's more poignant when Kratos shows sympathy for somebody because he's, for the most part, seeing, yeah, we can upgrade that. I haven't realized that yet. I want to upgrade this. And I think we're going to max this out. I think we're still needing one more upgrade for the blades. Yeah, we maxed this out now. Awesome. And I really want that other blade upgrade, even though it's going to take a bit to get. However, instead I'm going to go ahead and max out the time stopper thing instead. Because it's going to take a lot less orbs to upgrade. And I felt like it will be a benefit when we get there. If you need health or magic, go ahead and use it here. I don't know if you can come back for it. But it's more poignant, as I say, for the third time to try to get this fight out, and... Oh my god, why? Why? Well, at least it's not a Tyrannosaurus. That shit made me jump. More so with, like, when you see Kratos, or when you think of Kratos, you probably think of him, as I would, being angry all the time, threatening to and killing people and monsters, and just kind of doing a lot of badass things, not giving a shit about other people. Kind of cross between being an asshole, really angry, and a badass, and probably a few other things that I'm not thinking of. You don't really see him show much of a heart except for his family, which we don't ever really get to see him interact with his wife. If you're watching this in chronological order, there will be a few scenes, flashbacks with his wife in God of War 1, and then something in God of War 2. I'm not saying what happens in the story parts of this, so I feel like it's okay to say. And then his daughter, we get to see him interact with. But other than that, and that would make sense because he cares about them. But other than them, we don't really see him have a whole lot of sympathy for a whole lot of other people. And so it's kind of interesting, those few moments where you actually see him have sympathy for somebody. I can think of about 4 people other than his family. I guess if you include them, I can think of like 6 people that he's shown some sort of compassion or caring for in 6 games. I guess his wife and daughter were in the first game, but that's not really... Well, no, I guess... Well, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen that game yet. I guess 6 people, 6 games, why not? Some of them are very insignificant characters, like that Spartan warrior and Ghost of Sparta. But it's still a really cool scene, and they are nice, humanizing scenes for Kratos to show that he does somewhere have a heart. I didn't edit that as well as I wanted to, but just look over there, you'll find that chest. You have to repair it. But it's definitely useful to go ahead and do that. Oh, we are in here again. Except it's daylight out. Within the story, we're actually in the same place, but within the game, I'm sure this is a completely different part of the game. That's kind of how a lot of games work. You can walk through a door from outside into a building. You don't stay in the same game space. It can take your character somewhere completely different in the game. Game design is weird. At least that's how it was described to me. Yeah, this is the decayed chest I mentioned back, I believe, in video 1. Damn it, Kratos, open it. Thank you. Ass. I feel like I have more passion in these when I'm drunk. Right, I'm not actually messing with this. Fuck that. I just wanted to show it was here. And yeah, don't stand too close. That will get you even standing on this platform we're on. There is a 3-platformed pulling puzzle. Here's where I say fuck that. I was thinking about trying that again, but no. That is not a thing that's happening. That thing will kill you. There's something else that kept killing me, and I have no idea what the hell it was. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because we're not doing it. I'll get plenty of red orbs, phoenix feathers, and Gorgon's eyes. There are at least probably 4 chests in there, all on one platform. I mentioned before getting most of the orbs in there. I miss those orbs, I know. Those chests I definitely miss. I wouldn't be shocked if there's another 1 or 2 I might miss, but those I definitely miss because I was not sitting there messing with that. It just was not worth it. They give you plenty, well, on easy mode they give you plenty of stuff. On hard mode you might want to go down there and mess with that puzzle. I'm not doing it. You can't make me, and since I finished the game already, I don't have to. Oh, the soundtrack is so barren. Yeah, I just kind of went slashing around there and found nothing useful. I was hoping to break a pot or 2. There was nothing. I know what song I want to put in this section. Now I'm in debate as to whether or not I want to do it just because I'm lazy. I suppose I should. Fuck it, I'm not doing it. You'll already, of course, know that. I'm just figuring that out now. Okay, so come this way. I believe there are health and magic chests around here somewhere. Right, go very quickly there. Yep, that bridge will break. Remember this room? Not technically a room, but this area. I did say this area would be the bane of my existence, and I can barely see Kratos. And it's not the actual game mechanics' fault for this. It's not even my fault for this. This is actually really cool, what we need to do in here. The problem is I ran into several game-breaking glitches in this area. There's an area where I think I fell off of a couple of times. I don't think you're supposed to be able to fall off of, because if you fall off of it, I don't know how you would get back up. Either that or this area is just poorly designed. One of the two. Well, if there are these type of glitches, it's definitely poorly designed. This puzzle is pretty cool, though. Yep, we got to repair this. And we were once on a timer with this. However, we pulled this all the way back. Once you got it all the way back, be sure to hit the grapple button again to release. All the way back. Quickly get that and decay it again. That is so cool. I like that. That's not only used to repair things, but also to decay things. And maybe that's why we don't get that mist ability, because this thing does decay some stuff. I don't know. I still thought the mist thing was pretty cool. So now we are not on a timer when we go in to do this. And it's daylight, so it makes it easier to see what the hell I'm doing. That's always nice. Now we need to activate this. And I tried this so many times, by this point I actually kind of figure out, I've seen the arrows now. I want to say levers, but I mean arrows. I actually know what we're doing. And this is where somehow I fell off of this stupid thing. I don't think you're supposed to be able to actually fall off of that. I tried getting up here a lot and had a lot of trouble getting up there. That jump was just kind of an annoying little small jump. This game seems to have a lot of those. Whereas, like, it's not the annoying, like, it's not the challenging jumps that are annoying. It's just a couple of these little small jumps. And that one caused me some problems. But I don't think you're supposed to be able to fall off of there, and yet somehow I did into this pit thing that didn't actually kill me. It just left Kratos standing there in this stupid pit, and he couldn't get out. It was really odd. And one time, after resetting the game, Kratos wouldn't appear. It was just the map for the game and no Kratos. We are now in another section of the game. Swimming! Yay! And I turned off the game briefly, so that's why Kratos moved. This is, I think, our only swimming section in the game, actually. And they do mention something that we pick up. I think it's that thing that Shadow Man... Hey, we got another upgrade. Always nice. I think it's something that Shadow Dude gave us at the very start of the game that I mentioned was just an in-game or a story item. It wasn't something we actually use in-game. I think that item allows Kratos to breathe underwater because we don't have that device that we get in God of War 1 and have pretty much throughout the series after that. And I cannot remember how he breathes underwater in Chains of Olympus. I have to go back and look at that. But there are no death traps in this water section. I get stuck right around... It's either right around here or it might have already happened while I was talking. Yeah, it already happened. Okay, fine. Whatever. Just whatever. There's one more... I count this all as the same swimming section, just interrupted by this. Yep, more of these things. I forgot to mention last video, these things are also extremely cheap with some of the moves that they do. I don't know if this magic has a quick time event like the fire one does. It seems pretty impressive, and I don't think I actually had to hit another button to get it to do anything. So maybe that's just the fire magic? I would say it's kind of annoying, except I like this magic a lot better. Although setting things on fire is never a bad thing in the game. These seem to be ice versions of those statues. I don't know if they had that really cheap move that those things had in our previous encounter with them. Like some move where they're like pounding the ground with all these like fire, and Kratos wouldn't jump out of the way or roll away or do anything but stand there and get hit. That was bloody annoying. Just give it up. I don't even want to imagine fighting any of these things on hard difficulty. That cannot be fun. I don't know why I'm not hitting this thing now, but I do that, which is really cool. But as you can see, it doesn't last very long because it has not been upgraded. I really wish there were more upgrades for it. At least a third level. I guess I gotta be happy with the second one. Yep. You gotta decay these chains. And now, after all that nonsense that y'all didn't have to see, I'm a pro at this. Don't worry, I'm not going to say pro gameplay. Because that would be ripping off somebody else, and we cannot be having that. Hey, health. And now we get to go back into the last part of that swimming section. And in this scenario, or not scenario, in this section is the only part that can actually harm you in the water in this game. It's not an insta-kill, it's just there are some spikes somewhere around here that if you hit, you can take damage. So be on the lookout for that. Try not to get hit by that. I try my best to avoid damage. It's not always the easiest thing for me to do. There is also a New Game Plus item we're going to pick up. Yep. I don't know what that one does. I feel like that might be the one that actually allows you to succeed at all QuickTime events, but I'm not sure. I know the last one is a piece of shit one. Wasn't sure if there's a trophy for getting them all, but I walked right by it, so I figured I might as well get it. Or I guess from your perspective, I will walk right by it, so I figure I might as well pick it up. It's kind of like the one that, oh, right here I get stuck. I can't see where I'm going because I can't see Kratos. Because they would, I think we just need to swim up here. I think this was just the end of the area, and I wasn't sure if there was another path I needed to go. I think we just need to move up here. I'm not really sure. Either way, we made it. The area with Hera and that maze, her goblet, I think it is, in God of War 3. It's kind of like that. That was a New Game Plus item, and it was shit. I think it would either cause your health to keep reducing, but never killing you, but it's constantly going down in health. So kind of like playing this game like Kain or Raziel from the Resident Evil, Legacy of Kain series, where they're always losing health. It's kind of like that. I want to be using that. Hey, we're in the last area of the video. Sweet. Nothing wrong with that. There are a bunch of things to break here. I show most of them, but I don't think I show all of them. And a fair portion of chests as well, so be sure to grab them. Yeah, fuck you, boxes or tables or whatever the hell you are. Can't be having your sitting around nonsense. That is not what I signed up for when I decided to play another God of War game. There will be no sitting around, except for me while I'm playing it. But other than that, no sitting around. Or me while I'm doing commentary, or editing, or you while you're watching this video, or me while I watch the video. Sure, came out okay. But other than that, there will be no sitting in God of War. None. Can't be having that. This should be starting our final health upgrade. I think we're a little behind on the magic. Or maybe a little ahead. I'm not really sure. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Alright, here's where I decided to upgrade this thing. It will be very useful. We should start to see that next video. We basically got a cutscene and then we're going to end this video.
Only a coward hides himself, Orcos.
You know I'm one of the Furies who forged your bond. You would have killed me before I could even speak.
Then tell me, what has brought you to this betrayal of your own kind?
It was you. The injustice of your oath that made me doubtful. Is it possible That through all your suffering, you still do not understand why you were chosen. Why Ares needed you. Why he still needs you.
Speak clearly.
Oh, Kratos. The God of War has been plotting for years. I was brought forth by the joining of the War God and the Fury Queen. In rage and insanity, Ares hoped to conceive the perfect warrior. But I was only a disappointment to him. It was my mothers who spared me. They gave me the task of keeping the oaths. Although my burden was great, I was determined to be of service to those who said they loved me. But it was you, Kratos. It was the final task of your bond that made me question the actions of my family. I sought counsel with Aletheia. It was she who revealed to me the plot of Ares to overthrow Zeus. But he needed the perfect warrior. Ares molded you to take down the very walls of Olympus.
Ares, destroy my enemies, and my life is yours!
To make you beholden only to him, Ares and my mothers devised 3 blood tasks. Spill the blood of your enemies. The blood of the innocent. The blood of your very...
The past is the past, Orcos.
past you now seek to rectify.
And I will do so without the aid of a Fury.
As Kratos looked upon the gem, he realized all he need do was fight the forces that gnawed at his mind.
When we continue, it will be 1 week later in the story. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all then.